we've got some crazy headlines to kick off this episode today. And y'all showed up this fall with what you sent me. I don't have a running theme, but we do have some fun animal news, some really solid Wisconsin reporting, and then our most submitted headline of the month. So I'm going to start with something from the Vancouver Sun. And Lucy, I kind of pulled this for you because I just find it bizarre and delightful. And it's got like
me.
It's animal science.
Yes.
So the Vancouver Sun writes, orcas revive dead salmon hat trend from the 1980s.
Thank God. I've been waiting for this to come back.
I knew it. You've been tracking this trend since the 80s, since birth.
I'm Joan Rivers with this trend.
Yep. Southern resident killer whales always look sharp in their smooth black and white baddie suits. But now they have a new accessory, dead salmon hats. Researchers in Washington have noticed at least one orca balancing salmon on its head in Puget Sound this fall, taking the dead fish for a ride and possibly snacking on the salmon at its leisure.
Oh
a
my
snack
God. You
with
have
a
a picture.
purpose.
You have a picture.
Oh yeah, there's a picture on the drive of a stunning whale, and that is sure as shit a dead salmon plopped right on its head.
Yeah.
How they're keeping it on there, I don't know. I hope the article reveals that for me.
Maybe they're sucking up through their blowhole so it like suctions it to the top of their head.
If that's what this ends up being,
Oh,
I will
that's
lose my
crazy. That's also a testament to how boring the ocean is. That
I think you're the only person who thinks that. The ocean is terrifying.
Even whales are like, I'm just gonna put a fucking fish in my head. Like, who cares?
And then
Like, what else
sink
can I
this
do?
yacht, sink this billionaire's yacht.
Sink
Like,
a
fuck
yacht.
these guys.
This is just a depressed, nihilistic killer whale.
Just bored. Yeah.
Everything's dust. I'm wearing a dead salmon on my head. Fuck
Yeah,
all y'all.
Sure. And is
I
that equivalent
love
to us
orcas.
walking around with a cheeseburger on our head? Like, is that?
I think this is like us wearing Crocs.
Okay.
I give up.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah,
I give up.
It's comfortable.
yeah.
Crocs are to humans as the dead salmon hat is to orcas. And let me tell you, I love Crocs. I used to hate them. I resisted them.
They're
Then
back.
I was gifted a single pair, and I was like,
As a
what
joke.
the fuck? This is the most comfortable shoe I've ever worn in my life. I'm gone. I'm all in. Sporting salmon corpse lids isn't exactly new behavior for the southern residents. The phenomenon was first noticed in our year of birth, 1987, not including Matt. I have no idea when you were born.
85. I'm old.
We'll
Edit
allow
that
it.
out.
Yeah, then say your social security number and we'll keep that in, though. When for that 1 year in 1987, I assume, to celebrate me and Lucy's birth, a female from a pod started wearing a salmon on her head. This is the Regina George of orcas, because within a few weeks,
She's a visionary.
the other endangered pods that they were tracking decided to try the fish hats on as well. It's when they cut the tit holes in Regina George's shirt.
Yeah.
Someone was trying to
yeah.
sabotage this orca, but she was like, bitch, I'm going to fucking slay this dead salmon. And you'll see it everywhere. So last month, he's like labeled with a number, and then he has a name because they track them all. J27 Blackberry, a 32-year-old male, was photographed exhibiting the same behavior at North Point, Washington, off Whidbey Island in Puget Sound.
So it's not just for girls.
No, this is a genderless trend. Just why the orcas are doing it is a bit of a mystery. Quote, honestly, we have no idea why this started again, why it happens, or why it seems to repeat, said Deborah Giles. She's a researcher, and she researches orcas. She said the fish hat fad is likely linked to food availability in a certain place. Giles said there have been healthy salmon runs in this area of Puget Sound, where all three of the tracked pods have been spending a lot of time recently feeding on fish. And that's generally been the area where some orcas have been spotted wearing the salmon hats. Andrew Foote, an evolution ecologist at the University of Oslo in Norway, told New Scientist it's possible that
What a fucking last name for an evolutionary.
Andrew Foote. But there's an E on the end, so it's fancy.
Foot.
Foote. Andrew Foote. An evolution ecologist.
Yeah.
I mean, that is pretty fucking perfect. He said it's possible that some of the original orcas who took part in the fish hat fad are still around and remember it from before.
Cute.
Oh,
It's
so
generational.
so like they see another whale doing it, and they're like, "Hey, that's my thing."
yeah, bitch,
That's
I
you.
started that.
I started the fish head. I get
remember it
it.
from my childhood. It makes them feel good. They're reminiscing.
Also, I'm so glad this is a story from Canada too. I'm also
I
Canadian,
know.
so that's nice.
we know.
We did.
Yeah,
We
I'm
fucking know.
Canadian. Do you guys
do-
like
well,
that?
no, we love that. 'Cause Canadians and Minnesotans have a kindred
We're the
connection.
same. We're
Yeah.
the same people.
We're so similar.
Yeah.
We and I know you have also done this, but we did the Just for Last festival in Vancouver a couple of years ago,
Mm-hmm.
and our driver was the sweetest man. He was like this rockabilly man with like a cute pompadour.
But he
was in a band.
He had
that
been in a really popular punk band.
yeah, that now I can't fucking remember the name of, but like he said the name and I was like, holy shit, like I actually like recognize what
I
band that
wanna
is.
know who
Why
this
are
is.
you driving for Just for Last? We'll find out. But there was like a lull in conversation in the car
Barely.
for that lasted maybe, 15 seconds. And he just goes, so, you guys like potato chips?
It's a hot topic up there.
That sort of telling us
apparently
all the
is.
Canadian potato chip flavors, which we were really excited to try. And they're fucking good.
All dressed is the greatest flavor of all time. It's
Yeah.
insane. They have it down
also-
here in some Ralphs, but it's just not the same. The recipe's off.
Y'all also have the ketchup lays, which
I like the
Ugh.
ketchup.
I'm a
Lay's.
ketchup
Best.
hater, but the ketchup lays are really good.
I know.
You also have the best pickle chips up there, like the dill pickle
Oh.
chips. We don't, we don't make them like that down here in the
Miss
states.
Vicky's. Miss Vicky's makes a nice dill pickle. Miss Vicky's. Have you had Miss Vicky's like kettle chips?
Hell
Oh,
yeah. Hell,
I grew up
yeah.
a couple towns over from Miss Vicky. She's a real person.
What?
I was doing a comedy show in her town, and the whole crowd was like, "Hey, do you want to go see Miss Vicky's house?" I'm like, "Yep, I want to go see it." And we drove by it, and it's like a historical site.
Is she Canadian?
Oh, big time.
Yeah,
Extremely Canadian.
They love their potato chips.
They love our friggin' chips, man.
It's an empire. It's a chip empire.
Yeah.
You girls like potato chips?
It was iconic. It was like, so now if we do have a luller conversation in person, that's like a skim that we have.
Totally.
So Giles told New Scientist that mammal-eating orcas have been seen carrying pieces of food under their pectoral fins, tucked in next to their bodies because salmon are smaller. The southern residents, which are fish eaters, may be using their heads instead for the salmon specifically. So it's like they're carrying it for later.
Yeah.
This is like if they're not going to maybe they can't immediately eat it because I mean in this situation they're like chumming areas because these animals are endangered, and so like all these pods are coming to eat. So it's kind of like a frenzy buffet situation. So they are hypothesizing that these, they could tuck something under the arm for later, but these little guys are like, oh fuck it, I'll just strap it to the roof. That's not going anywhere. You tug the rope twice.
Also, no one's going to steal it. No one's going to steal
No.
a fish off a whale's head.
Girl, you're
That's
safe.
Yeah.
That's not going anywhere.
But if they like dive underwater, we're still
how
not
does that
getting a lot
work?
of clarity on how they keep them on there.
Yeah.
Okay, so a statement from the Center for Whale Research last month said research clearly shows that survival rates are closely tied to Chinook salmon abundance, adding that recovery isn't possible without an increase in that prey. So that's why like this specific fish is being used in these areas. And noted that the salmon hat phenomenon may show some pods are getting enough to eat now because they're not eating it right away. But they're not getting enough to eat the entire year, both in the United States and Canada, and that's a real cause for concern. But this isn't telling me how they keep it on there. I think we just assume,
Maybe the salmon's alive and
balances.
it's holding on and it's having a good time.
baby, I don't think that salmon's alive.
It's
that
like
girl looks
never-ending
dead as shit.
story, like riding the
Yeah.
that dragon
Falcor.
guy.
I don't think, looking at the picture, I actually don't think he's sucking it to stick it to his blowhole. Because I feel like if you zoom in a little, you can kind of see some hole. He's showing hole.
He is showing hole.
He is.
He's showing hole.
Yeah.
And the salmon is sort of like nestled right in front of hole.
Yeah.
I think he's just real careful when he floats away.
Oh God, that's so.
Yeah.
cute.
There's no penetration. It's just full rest. Full
Yeah.
rest.
So save the whales and their salmon hats.
Yes.
Okay, this next one, I'm like mad that so many people sent this in because this is my fucking nightmare, but I can't let my feelings, muddy the waters here. Man caught smuggling 320 tarantulas, 110 centipedes, also a bunch of bullet ants. I don't even want to fucking know what that is. Out of Peru by strapping them to his body.
I'm Googling bullet ant.
Yeah,
It can't be good.
there's no way.
They sound beefy. They sound like they got a big ass, which is concerning.
I'm not here for it.
Oh, this is okay. Sorry, I'm skipping ahead and looking at the pictures because I pictured him taping them all to his body, and then his body's just like writhing around, and he's like, "Oh, everything's fine here."
I think they're in containers, but I don't know if they were put into the containers before he strapped or after he's strapped, and they put them in the containers. I don't fucking know.
So
I have no idea.
they actually have small butts, but they have big pinchers. They bite you.
Okay.
Oh God!
Ew, there's one on a man's face. They're huge.
No, wait. Put a picture on the drive. 'Cause
Oh,
I need to
this
see
is
it.
so fucking gross.
Oh no! Stop.
Do you see that blue-eyed man with a huge ant on his nose?
First of all, this man is what Carrot Top would have looked like if he let himself age gracefully.
But he did not.
Second of all, he did not. Carrot Top did not. That is the biggest fucking ant I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
That ant could lift a baby.
Well, they must be rare because they must be valuable because they're
Yeah,
smuggling
they're being smuggled.
them.
Good God.
Yeah.
Also, that guy is one person bumping into him away from like unleashing all these things all over his body.
Oh yeah.
Like someone could bump
Yeah.
into him at an airport. Everyone's bumping into each other.
Oh yeah. Well, okay. So he was arrested at the airport in Peru after his bulging clothes gave him and the hundreds of tarantulas strapped to his body away as he attempted to leave the country with them. They were from Peru. He didn't even make it out of Peru.
How was he going to sit on a fucking airplane?
Baby girl, I don't think this was well thought through.
Also, they clearly don't have 3D scanners at the Peruvian airports because LAX is like you always 3D scan, and that's probably I want to see what that 3D scan looks like, just covered in spiders.
I don't. This doesn't say anything about a 3D scan, so I don't know if you went through one of those machines.
No way.
Security officials at Lima's Jorge Chavez International Airport stopped the alleged smuggler, a 28-year-old South Korean man, on November 8th because his stomach appeared abnormally swollen while he was passing through security.
Kind of square.
Square and also swollen somehow. The man, who was not identified, God bless, was asked to lift his shirt, show the nips, revealing 2 belts that had been adorned with camouflaged bags and packages containing tarantulas and other bugs. Bags and packages. So I think the boxes we're seeing in some of these photos in the article are after they had been removed from this man's body.
Wow.
And then wildlife authorities were actually storing them in proper containers.
Jesus Christ.
Specialists with the government agency later tallied the concealed critters, counting 35 adult. Oh, the headline said 320 tarantulas. Okay, 35 adult tarantulas, 285 juvenile tarantulas.
No!
Well, that's not so bad.
No, it's easier to handle the kids, you know.
Oh, they scurry
100
and scuttle. Ooh.
Stop. You cannot say scuttle right now. That's a banned word. 110 centipedes and sad, only 9 bullet ants. Like they're the smallest and probably the easiest ones.
That's enough.
All right. The adult tarantulas were described as human hand-sized, each taking up a large plastic container, while the juveniles shared space in small tubes that were stuffed from either end to prevent their escape.
I am having
No.
a physiological reaction to this story.
Yup. All of the creatures are native to the Peruvian Amazon, and the tarantulas specifically are on Peru's list of endangered species. So yeah, they'd be real expensive.
Jeez.
The agency believes they were extracted from Madre de Dios, a bioverse region whose forests make up 12% of the Peruvian Amazon. That's cool. Silva, said he believes the illegally extracted bugs are part of a global trade in which wildlife is smuggled and sold for high prices, generating millions of dollars, which we talked about on a recent episode.
Ray just lit himself on fire again.
Oh, classic. That's fine because
in here now.
I have to give you another photo of the baby tarantula tubes.
I don't want to see it.
Y'all, first of all,
Ew.
It's really gross to look at, but also makes me really sad. Like these animals these insects are arachnids. Sorry, everyone's screaming at me.
They're still animals.
Are crammed. Yeah, I'm just trying to get it right. Crammed into these little tubies with like cum rag scraps shoved into each end. That's just
Some of them might like it.
Ugh.
It's probably cozy, maybe. I don't know. You know, insects are always doing that. They're always crawling all over each other and
Oh yeah.
massing up. Yeah.
Hashtag bug facts from Matt.
Oh God, massing up.
Oh God. He also explained that this is weird. This is like, I guess like the holiday shopping season and Black Friday applies to truly all markets, because this guy says that smuggling cases like these are on the rise more often as Christmas nears.
Oh.
What the
As
fuck?
illegally trafficked critters tend to fetch higher prices during the holiday season.
Oh my God.
I can't. No Black Friday deals for smuggled baby tarantulas, tell you what.
Can you imagine that's your stocking stuffer? Just a tube of tarantulas?
I would burn my house to the ground. No, I hate that.
Oh.
I hate that.
Just
The
one
smuggler-
wrapped bullet ant.
Yeah.
I can't. This smuggler in particular was headed to Korea with a planned stop in France. They arrested him, they confiscated the animals, and they are, being brought to safety. I hope that they'll just be fucking re-released, because that's shitty.
Don't they got to
Nobody
fly him
wants
back
this.
to Peru now? So there's going to be another flight full of Peruvians.
They
Like,
stopped him in Peru.
Oh, he's
Yeah.
okay. So they just throw him back in the woods. Okay.
Behind the airport.
The smuggler himself is from South Korea, so I'm assuming he'll be charged in Peru and then maybe charged in South Korea.
Sure.
I don't know. This is it's an unfolding story, so we'll keep an eye on it.
There's just a lot of different careers out there. I think this is the lesson here. It's like sometimes, you work in an office. Sometimes you're shoving spiders down your pants and trying to get on a plane.
Not everyone
If you
fits in
can-
a box, you know?
No, it's very.
You can dream it, babe. You can do
make it happen. Yeah.
You can
He
make it
didn't-
happen.
He didn't want to spend his life in a cubicle.
Yeah.
This headline that I have now, actually Andrea sent to me, and she sent it to me this past fall, and it didn't make it into the last GAC, and I need to put it in this GAC, mostly because the photo that's like right under the headline for this article
Oh, that's good.
is maybe the best thing I've ever fucking seen in my life. So it's also
Holy
just the most it's just the most Wisconsin thing to ever Wisconsin. So
That's grosser than the bug photos.
it's horrifying.
Oh my God.
But also like, okay, daddy.
I have to navigate away.
Like that is some throat relaxation skill. And look at that maw.
That looks like
stretched, baby.
AI trying to make a photo of corn eating.
It looks
is
like an
the-
AI photo.
Yeah.
This is the mouth goatsy of corn photos. And if you're from like the old hell of the internet, you know what goatsy is.
Oh, yeah.
Matt.
Of course I do. What am I?
It's a test and you pass.
Just
Matt
born?
created Goatsy.
Yeah, I am Goatsy. You can't see his face. Could be anyone.
That's
It could be.
his ball sack.
To be fair, have you ever seen Matt and Goatsy in the same room?
That's right.
So this is from Wisconsin News Today. Several hospitalized at Holman Cornfest inaugural corn chugging competition. And for those of you who do not know what photo I am referring to,
None
it's
of them
like,
do.
well, yeah, but when this comes out, people will go look on social media. This is a grown man in a cutoff tee with like the long hair, but he's balding, which I love that look, by the way, and a mustache. He is red. He has been baked in the sun and also deep-throating corn without breathing for what looks like at least an hour. Like his face he looks on his last legs, shoving the fattest, girthiest, thickest full-blown corn cob. I think he's biting it and eating the cob.
Like,
I don't think they're eating the
first.
kernel.
It's going.
Can I just call this out before we get too deep in? I don't want to ruin it for everyone. This is AI. It's AI.
The photo
is AI. I got, as an artist in this industry that we're in right now, I can't look at this stuff and treat it as real. If you look at his fingers, he's got too many fingers.
It is.
Yeah.
The writing on his shirt is not a language.
Nonsense.
And it also the logo on his shirt wraps around his arm too. That's what AI does too.
I was so busy staring at the mouth and the corn
This is how
that
AI
I didn't
gets
even
you.
see the other details.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm a boomer.
I am so fucking glad this is fake. I am so relieved.
It is fake. And also look at the other corns on the table. None of them are consistently sized.
And that's the biggest corn cob I've ever seen in my life.
I'm so devastated.
Yeah. We want this man to be real. I'm sure he is real.
I want him to be real so bad.
There's a man out there doing this. There's just no camera on him. I'm sure.
The photo is not real.
It's a mukbang.
But the blurb is real. Just
Yes.
not the photo that they put with the
Yes.
blurb, which makes me sad, but I'm still keeping this photo on my mantle forever. So, Holmen, Wisconsin. In a tradition celebrated by many in western Wisconsin, Holmen kicked off its 60th annual Corn Fest, offering a wide range of activities for families and children. The newest addition to the festivities, a corn chugging contest, was initially met with anticipation, only to end in bitter disappointment.
My sister would dominate a corn chugging contest.
Oh, that bitch loves
She
corn.
loves corn.
Quote, every other fest has some type of contest where participants engorge themselves on celebrated food, explained fest director Handy Wankin. There's no way that's real. There's
This
no
whole
way
article
that's
is
real.
AI.
There's no way
has to
that's
be.
real.
Handy.
I am being trolled
I think
by
you got
Andrea.
Why is the author
Our
of this article
producer.
a doctor? It says written by Dr. Jonathan H. Dong. Dr. Dong?
No. Well, this is what happens to me. I get the headline and I love it, and then I don't read the article so I can cold read it on the air. And now it has revealed that I've been trolled
This
by
could be
our
it.
own producer.
Okay. Can I also
She's fired.
Can I also point out that where it says previous, like the previous story, that headline is Racing Bratwurst claims he was just following orders.
Also, the next article says Bernie Brewer has died, which I believe that to be true. I don't know.
that?
I don't know, but he's definitely from Wisconsin.
Well, whatever. I love WisconsinNewsToday.com. Oh, no, it's WisconsinNews.today. So many signs that I just ignored wanting this to be real. Well, I'm finishing it. I don't give a fuck. Handy Wankin.
Bernie Brewer is the mascot of the Milwaukee Brewers.
He's dead.
It's the what even is that? A piece of yeast?
So this is like they're the Onion, which I respect.
He died.
This is fucking amazing.
He says he died due to organ failure, not the biological sort, but rather a catastrophic collapse of the ballpark's antique organ.
Now this is real.
Oh my God. I thought this was real. I love this so much.
The memorial service will include a 21 beer salute and the retirement of the organ, which will be replaced with a much safer Casio CTX 7000.
Good call. Good call. Anyway, so Handy Wankin said, we thought we could get in on the fun. Unfortunately, very little fun was had. 10 Holmen locals competed in the event that sent 9 of them to the hospital with corn-induced injuries to their mouths, jaws, and or throats. One contestant not sent to the hospital, Jerry Hotnut, was able to finish one full cob of corn and was considered the winner of the competition. Hatnut described his approach to be less than a professional leader and more a blowjob-esque technique. Quote, I realized so this AI image is Jerry Hotnut.
Yeah.
Who is now, according to my brain, very real. Quote, I realized I just needed to relax my jaw and throw it as much as possible and just take that thing. Hotnut shouted over the sounds of ambulances leaving the fairgrounds. But I'm not really looking forward to passing this thing. Wow. Well, Andrea, fool me once, shame on Honestly, shame on me. That was amazing. Okay, this one's not AI. It's my last headline. It was the most submitted headline of the month. It is from USA Today, which, you know what? Maybe it is AI. Who fucking knows? Who fucking knows at this point? And there is a photo that goes with it that is quite gross.
Oh, this one's real. This is local news for where I live. Yes.
Oh, perfect.
We're all talking about this.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, I want your feedback then. 4 arrested in California car insurance scam. Clearly a human in a bear suit. Okay, so officials arrested 4 people in California this week after state investigators said they committed insurance fraud by claiming an animal damaged their vehicles when in reality it was someone wearing a bear costume. And there is a photo of the costume on the drive. Why he's in a lab coat, a doctor's coat, I don't know.
Yeah.
That's an add-on that seems odd.
I like that the claws are just like those like meat shredder things.
Yes.
Yeah.
For crackpot carnitas.
Mm-hmm.
So all 4 that were arrested are charged with insurance fraud and conspiracy in connection to the reported scam. The state's agency's investigation began after an insurance company suspected fraud earlier this year. The suspects told their insurance company that a bear entered into their 2010 Rolls-Royce Ghost and caused interior damage to the vehicle on January 28th in Lake Arrowhead, an unincorporated community in the San Bernardino Mountains. The alleged bear in the vehicle was caught on video. Oh, wait, no. That they took the video themselves to be like, see, it's real. It's real. We caught it on video.
Yeah, which is the best part because it's so like you can see the bear's like elbows and knees and like everything. It's a guy. I even opens the door like he would like a human would a car door.
He put on his belt.
Yeah.
He uses the key fob and like clicks it twice and the lights flash. The suspects also provided video footage to the insurance company which showed the alleged bear in the vehicle. Quote, upon further scrutiny of the vehicle, the investigation determined the bear was actually a person in a bear costume. Detectives found 2 more insurance claims with 2 different insurance companies from the suspects with the same date of loss and the same location. Y'all, switch those details up, honey. They're trying to claim the same car to a bunch of different insurance companies, which sounds like a really bad idea. Yeah. I think those guys talk to each other.
They have lunch.
It's not like cops across state lines. Like these fuckers communicate. They want to not pay you.
They have a database.
Each claim involved 2 vehicles, a 2015 Mercedes G63 AMG. That could be a clown car. I have no fucking clue. And a 22 Mercedes E350, and the suspects also allegedly used a bear costume to make it look like a bear, also entered and damaged those vehicles. So it was separate cars and separate claims. Wow. This is just the stupidest thing I've ever fucking read in my life.
They needed their meth.
Well, listen, who knows? I
don't know anything about
a lot
these
of money.
people.
They also reportedly provided video footage to all of the insurance companies in connection to their claims. To prove it was not actually a bear in the video, the state agency had a biologist from the California Department of Fish and Wildlife review the bear videos.
Oh my God.
The biologist investigators report determined it was, quote, clearly a human in a bear suit.
What a waste of time for that guy.
It's like, I can't fucking believe this is my job.
It's giving Harry and the Hendersons, honestly.
Yeah. It's one of the lowest production bear suits I've seen in a while, I'm going to be honest. Detectives then obtained a search warrant, and during a search of the suspects' homes, they found a costume bear suit. Officials arrested all 4 suspects, and the insurance companies lost nearly $142,000 due to fraud allegedly committed by the suspects. Y'all paid?
It's so important sometimes.
Maybe this isn't their first
bear rodeo?
Maybe these, I don't know, but it doesn't say from different scams. Like this makes it, the wording of this makes it sound like it's in connection to these specific claims that they paid some of them out, which that's wild to me. Yeah. Anyway, their pending court dates are not yet listed online, and you know what? Good for them.
Let them have it.
Yeah, fuck the insurance companies. Yeah. This is a victimless crime, and
I
fucking love it. Yeah, everything's a scam.
Also, I've been to Lake Arrowhead many times, and those people it's out in the middle of nowhere. They're bored. And the elevation's all weird, and everyone's all fucked up. So it's
everyone's growing weed, probably.
It's growing weed. Yeah, there's low oxygen up there. People aren't thinking right. I get it.
Didn't they go on a trip to Lake Arrowhead on Vanderpump Rules one season?
They did.
I think so.
I think it was the last
Are you
one.
a VPR girlie?
I watched the last 2 seasons, and I hate myself for it.
Okay, so have you not seen all of them?
Oh, vintage VPR is so
It's
much
the best.
better.
The last 2 seasons suck.
Oh yeah. Well, my wife and I only started watching it because of the Scandival thing, and also
Baby girl, stick it out. Watch it from the beginning. It's fucking unhinged. It's the best reality television that exists.
It started
so
in like
awful.
2011. Like the fashion sensibilities of these people.
Your wife's gonna be like, I had that statement necklace, and I wore that sock bun,
And they're so much messier because they are all actually still fucking broke and like drunk all the time at this point.
and living in the shittiest apartments in LA. It's
good.
amazing. Tom Sandoval's OG apartment is like the grossest place on earth. I'm obsessed with it.
Well, his fucking bar/restaurant was gross as hell too. That's
Did you go
Schwartz and
to Schwartz and
Sandy's
Sandy's?
stinks. I think it's closed now. Thank
It
God.
is,
yeah.
yeah.
It closed. Big week for VPR. The show's ending. Well, it's getting a new cast. Schwartz and Sandy's is closed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Lisa Vanderpump is still, well, honestly, Ken Todd is still miraculously being kept alive with controls, in my opinion.
Kristen's pregnant.
Nope, Kristen's pregnant. Listen, I'm not telling you have to watch The Valley, but I am telling you
Watch.
it is worth it to watch. Just get COVID and don't leave your house for a week. Done.
Okay. I'll go out and get COVID this afternoon.
Yeah. Just,
out.
just had it.
Run
I'll
out and
send you a
grab
jar.
COVID.
Start licking people around Costco.
Oh God, I love that for you. Well, that's fabulous. I'm glad you've at least watched the last 2 seasons. I went into a full-blown manic episode when Scandival broke and made the most unhinged PowerPoint of all time, like chronicling how everybody is connected and their dating histories, and then like how we culminated to this moment and all of the suspicion of how long the affair had been going on.
Oh wow.
I didn't sleep for days.
And then we did an Instagram live. I got a whiteboard. We were doing diagrams.
I put my PowerPoint on a projector and we were on Instagram Live for like, no joke, over 2 hours. We had to do multiple parts.
Oh my God.
Going over all of this. Yeah.
So you think you're mentally ill?
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm
well,
mentally
I used
ill.
to,
I am
yeah.
unwell. Yeah, no. There's always somebody out there who is more terrible in the brain than you are.
Yeah. Spoken like a true terrible brain.
Yeah, I'm here to be that person for you. I also have hella ADHD and I'm super high right now, so like nothing's making sense. So that is where I will end my portion of the show today. Thank you all so much for sending in your headlines. As always, if you stumble across a funny headline, and I'm gonna ask, I want more police blotters. I haven't seen a good local police blotter in a long time, and I need y'all to step it up.
I'll
I
ask
need
my
y'all
mom.
to subscribe to your local paper, okay? But go over to our website, wineandcrimepodcast.com. Under Contact Us, there's a little drop-down menu that has funny headlines as an option. Plop your article there, send it off into the ether, and hopefully I will read it for you. Well, I sure hope you liked that clip. If you did like that clip, make sure you are subscribing to our YouTube channel, leaving us a nice review, and joining us on Patreon for even more video content, audio content, salacious content all around. Come join us. Treat yourself.